Welcome back to Marquee Backstage. I'm your host, Julie Milam. This week's musical guest stays surrounded by constant creativity, focused on friendship, community, and making music a priority for many generations to come. You guys better get ready. This is the Cartoons. First, I'd love to know how the Cartoons came to be.
Oh wow, that's quite a story. We've been around for a long time, over 10 years actually.
Yeah, we had our big 10-year show last December.
Yeah, and some of these people here were played at that show. Trey did. Actually, it was just Trey. It was just me and Trey. But Ramona joined probably 3 or 4 months into the band.
And it started here in Bowling Green?
It did. I was actually the local journalist in town and was kind of friends with a lot of musicians and, you know, played music myself, but didn't really have the confidence maybe to get up on stage and do it. But I thankfully had some really great friends. My friend Tiger Merritt and my friend Jeremy Simon both really encouraged me to start the band. And then, you know, Trey, my buddy Trey here, he he popped in and helped us round out the lineup, and our drummer Dan. Yeah.
So tell me about the concept of the overall sound and composition of the band. Like, what did you envision, and how has it changed since you started?
Oh man, it's changed so much with our musical tastes, you know? Just like most people, what they like in their 20s isn't really what they like in their 30s. And we are a 30s band. I'm sorry to lift the veil back, unfortunately. I know some of us could maybe pass for late 20s, but we're all in the big 3-0 now.
Yeah.
Which, you know, has its own set of challenges for sure. But I think when the band first started, definitely we were really influenced by Neil Young, and still are, and maybe like Ben Folds 5, and kind of like that marriage of alternative music and pop music, which I think is still reflects in the sound.
Right.
But wow, yeah, it's changed over the years for sure. And with all the members that have come in and brought their style to the band.
So I see the Silver Juice shirt.
Big influence on the band, big influence. David Berman is a hero to pretty much everyone that's been in the cartoons. So, and we're lucky actually. We've had some experiences with him too.
Tell us about it.
Well, was it 2015 or 2016, Kale?
2016.
2016, we did a little tour. And we were kind of putting the band back together with a new lineup. That's when Caleb first joined. And we started off to kind of set the pace for what we were going to do. Instead of jumping in and relearning the old songs, we decided to learn some Silver Juice songs and do some Silver Juice tribute shows around town because they're from, or David lived in Nashville.
Right.
And we're friends with Bob Nastanovich, who's a founding member of the Silver Jews and also a member of the band Pavement. And so I hit him up and asked if he wanted to do some shows with us. And so we played here at Rockies. It was Rockies back then, it's Donna's now. And we played in Nashville. And the Nashville show, 16 people came out. It was completely empty. But one of those 16 people just happened to be David Cloud Berman himself, the lead singer of the Silver Jews. And so, wow, yeah, that was wild, playing Silver Juice songs for the actual Silver Jews. There's a video on YouTube, I think, of it, of us doing How to Rent a Room, and you can see the camera pans over, and Bob and David are just watching us, and then it pans back to us, and you can kind of see, I don't know, the panic in my eyes maybe a little bit, but also it was like probably the highlight of the band.
For sure.
What did David say about it? He said, well, well, that was pretty weird, but not as weird as I thought it would be, or something like that. Like,
Yep.
Did you know he was in the audience from the stage, or did you find out later?
We knew he was. Bob sent me a text, or showed me a text that was like, from David, and it's like, on my way down, and I was like, you're kidding me, Bob.
and Bob was so dang pleased with himself. He's such a ham. He's
Yeah. Bob reveled in lighting the fuse and
Yeah,
watching my
yeah.
brain explode.
One of the unique things about you guys and the cartoons as a whole is what you give back to the community. And you really try to share more than just your music. You try to share other people's talents as well. So tell us a little bit about why community means so much to you.
Well, I think you're lucky if you have a community as great as Bowling Green. And I also think just being in a band, one of the most rewarding parts, to kind of go double back to that question, is just being able to be a part of that community and interact, and to feel the support of the community and also be able to support that community. I mean, that's probably my favorite part about being in a band. Just the personal community of us as a band, and then our city's community. It's just, you know, my life pretty much, so really lucky for that.
Yeah, we've lived other places and tried to play music there, and it just it really hits in Bowling Green. Like one of the songs we're playing today, 65 South, is about living in another city and it just not vibing like it vibes here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we trying to take that crown from Government Cheese. Come on back to Bowling Green and marry me. We got our own Bowling Green song, and we're coming for you.
Watch out, Cheese.
We're coming for you, Tommy Womack, Scott.
Yes, we've got you.
Yeah.
I love that. So talking about community support, Jared, you want to talk about Jared and how the community rallied around him?
Yeah, so for many years, we had Jared McKinney in our band, who was originally our bass player and then later on our guitar player. He was our guitar player up until about a year ago, when he'd been having some health complications for a while, kind of having these, I guess we'd call them spells, and we weren't really sure what was going on, and they'd been going on for over a year. And I still don't know if the doctors really know entirely what caused them, but it all kind of culminated in a trip to the hospital where it turned out he had encephalitis, or he had actually COVID, meningitis, and then developed encephalitis, and his brain swelled, and there unfortunately was some brain damage. So Jared is alive, which we're all really, really grateful for, and he's able to hold his children, and we're all really grateful for that. But unfortunately right now he's not able to play music. And that's hard, really, because Jared is maybe the most passionate musician that's been in the band and has spent so much of his life dedicated to music, recording other bands. He's speaking of giving back to the community, Jared has given so much to this community, and so it's really tough. But he is recovering, and he's actually able to play a little bit of piano now.
Yes.
And so that's great just to see, and we're hopeful that he'll be able to play more. But yeah, we when all this stuff happened, it was really hard on his wife Ellen and their family. So the community really, Tidball's in particular, which is a local dive bar venue, if you're not from Bowling Green, they through some events, and we ended up raising thousands and thousands of dollars for the family, and everybody came out, and it was just so great. And actually, that's where this version of the band kind of came to be. We kind of put this band together for that show, and it felt really good to play with James and to have Trey back in the band. Trey hadn't been in the band for a few years at that point, and we were like, we should just keep doing this. So
yeah, we were playing. A bunch of members from different local bands came together and played a lot of Jared's music.
Yes.
Very cool. Yeah. And he was still he was in the hospital for a long time. He was getting live streamed to the hospital, and which is just a special thing. Yeah, he was able to see that and was really hype on it.
Well, and I'm glad to see that you guys have been able to support each other through this, because Jared's fighting his fight, but no one really talks about the impact that it has on you. You were trying to lift up Ellen and the kids, but how did you guys support one another through that?
I mean, just checking in pretty regularly. We've all checked on each other a lot, and still do. It's still an ongoing thing. We were all together for his birthday a couple months ago.
Yeah.
About a month ago, I guess. And it was great. It was just good to see him. We played some covers of the band with him. He's learned "I Shall Be Released" on the keys, and which it's wild. We just lost Robbie Robertson not that long ago. So, but yeah, that was a really great memory. Just sitting at Jared's house and playing music with him again for the first time in like a year.
Magic.
Yeah, for sure.
It's exactly as it should be.
Man-sized ice cube in my bathtub, clinking in a whiskey glass half full. I'm just a rotating blade, running the Ford's marker, making useless scraps out of real potential. You are the centrifuge, spun easily, separates the darker parts of me. You were my only friend when nothing mattered, and the sweaty sheets and sleepless teeth that chattered, and the folded crease of a homemade quilting pattern. Gas station light leaves me in tatters. It's not dull advice when you say shoot for the rafters. Guess you heard it. Seems like everything's been said and done, and I've got a creeping feeling between what it's revealing, trying to find purpose in this world.
Well, I need to call someone back real quick. Yeah, go ahead.
So what do you think would be a pinnacle to shoot for from here for the cartoons? Because that was a huge step, being able to just sit down and make music with Jared again.
Well, that would be the dream. If I had one goal, it'd be play music with Jared again on stage with this band. But yeah, so I think for us, it's just making memories. And I think we're hoping to go back to Chicago sometime in the next year. We've got some friends up in Canada. I'd love to go play up there. Just, keep doing it. If we're playing music and people are in a room and they want to listen, we feel blessed.
Yeah.
We're not counting our Spotify listens. That'd probably be depressing, actually. But
I think probably like big time goal that we talked about for a long time, like we talked about community and music, is to like open a DIY venue, art space, community space, and that feels like it could be something in the cards, like as we age in music and like our ability to do that opens up. So that would be really cool if we could make that happen.
Well, I think you've started in that before, so why couldn't you do it bigger and better this time?
Just got to get us a business plan together.
Yep.
That's right.
Really
But that helps grow your impact for sure in South Central Kentucky, in Middle Tennessee. I mean, because of where we're located right here, the impact of having a DIY venue here that you guys could run really will touch and influence a lot of people. And I think that's one of the things that we all need to focus is how we can touch more people through music.
Mm-hmm.
And to piggyback on that, especially younger people.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a lot of young people in this town that don't even realize that there is a great community, because it's kind of cut off from people that are under 21, because all the music does happen in bars in this town, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. And I think we've tried over the years to not us, but just Bowling Green as a whole has tried over the years to get something going, but to have a real proper venue. I mean, we have this great program here that was just started called the Bowling Green Rock Band Academy.
Yes.
And it's just a shame these kids, they train them to be in bands and, help them develop the skills, and then they, finish their school in there, or, their education's still ongoing, and then they turn 18 and it's like, okay, well, go to Nashville, go to Louisville, go to some place that'll have you, because we don't have space for you right now. And there are some DIY spaces here. There's a skate shop in town called Molotov.
Yes.
And, one thing that really has shown me going to Molotov and to any space, house show spaces, is that the kids in this town want to hear music and they want to come out and support music, but they can't come into the bar. So I think that would be the biggest game changer for this town, is to just have an all ages space. That'd be wonderful.
I think it's open for you guys to take the stage, literally.
We're hoping.
Speaking of taking the stage, you too had a great benefit of joining this band together.
Oh, our origin story. So Chris and I we met through the cartoons because I was in another band and we booked a show together, and then sparks were flying, and now we've had a 10-year-long romance and are excited to now, be married.
Aw, look at that. You're creating the next generation of musicians, literally.
That's a big pressure.
No pressure. It's like DIY business I expect, and then a family I expect. My expectations are high.
It is that's just another really special thing about the cartoons. It has been over 10 years, this beautiful constant for us. So, yeah.
Yeah, everybody that's been in the cartoons has been kind of like family to us. So we've been really lucky, the people that have been in this band and played music with us, especially for the people that are playing music with us right now.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer in everything happens as it should. And there is a lot to take from every single moment. And you get what you give, and you guys are giving it every single day. And I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Hey, it's a brand new day. Not can't stand to wipe the sands of sleep away from my eyes. Awaken in the mist like a foggy demon, cascade to my grave. Evoke the thought that brought the light of reason. And though I try and treat them good, my friends keep leaving. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, doused in